Hey, it's Hyacinth Henderson and I am back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about energy, frequency, and vibration. More specifically, we're going to get into why I teach my clients and my mentees that alignment is more important than attraction, that you should be seeking and focusing on alignment as opposed to attracting. And in order for you to understand that, you must first understand that there are laws of the universe. This may be your first time hearing this. For some of you, you may have heard it, but you don't really study it. And for others of you, you study it and you're like, yes, Hyacinth, speak on it, girl. I know exactly what you're talking about. There are 12 main laws of the universe. The first law is the law of oneness. The second law is the law of vibration. The third law is the law of correspondence. And the fourth law is the law of attraction. There are other laws, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to read the entire list of the 12 laws, but I want to stop you right there at 4. So first is oneness, second is vibration, third is correspondence, and fourth is attraction. I know as humans, we like to skip steps and we like to jump ahead. So a lot of us focus on attraction. We have skipped 1 through 4. We skipped one through 3, and jumped right to 4. I want to attract. I watched the movies. I've heard about you can attract anything. I heard you can manifest. So I want to attract. And what happens is when you're so focused on attracting without paying attention to your vibration, which is the second law. It's the second law for a reason. Without paying attention to your vibration, aka alignment, you're going to consistently attract that which you don't want. So for those of you who are listening, you may be like, wow, this is why I've been hearing about the law of attraction. I've been trying to manifest. I've been doing all of these things, but I am not getting what I want. Well, that's because you're out of alignment. When I say out of alignment, I'm saying you're in the wrong frequency. That's the second law, law of vibration. 2 comes before 4. So let's break this down a little bit. First, a quick lesson in science, and if you're like me, I didn't pay attention in science. I had to double back and get it as an adult as this stuff started piquing my interest. So let me catch you up to speed really quickly. Everything is energy. Every single thing. You are energy in motion. This glass is energy in motion. The desk is energy. Everything is moving. Nothing rests. Even though this glass appears to be solid, it is vibrating, it is moving, it is energy in motion. If you get one of those microscopes and put it under the microscope, you will see movement happening. You can't see it with the naked eye, but it's moving. So when we understand that everything is energy, then it asks us to go a little bit deeper and ask us, where is this energy going? And really quickly, before I move on to frequency and vibration, let's talk about your body being a human suit. I mentioned this in the last video, but more importantly than your flesh is the energy, your energy that makes up your cells, that makes up the atoms in your body. So a lot of times we pay attention to the exterior and what's going on, but the sweet spot, the good stuff, the real stuff, the cherry on the top is all the atoms that are going on inside of your body that are moving. And the interesting thing about this is, the golden thing about this is, you get to tell them what to do. Your body does not tell you what it's doing. A lot of times when we experience things, let's say an illness. About a week ago, I wasn't feeling too well. And I remember literally laying in my bed, telling my cells and my atoms what I needed them to do. Like, listen, y'all tripping right now. I got a lot of stuff to do. This ain't what we came for. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And let's make it happen. But unfortunately, what happens is, using the example of being ill or under the weather, oftentimes when we're ill or under the weather, we'll stay there. It's like, oh, I have an ache and I have a pain. Let me stay in the bed. Let me mope around. Let me whine. Let me suppress. Instead of getting up. I'm not saying go run a marathon, but I'm saying getting up. Go outside. Get some sunlight. feed your body nutritious things, tell yourself that you are getting better. You get to command the cells in your body. That's a video for another day. But for this video, I want y'all to know that you are in control of all of this. So now let's break down energy, frequency, and vibration, and then we'll quickly talk about why you need to be focused on alignment over attraction. And here's the beautiful thing. When you're focused on alignment, the attraction will come. It is inevitable. Actually, you're attracting everything right now. Your life is a result of your vibration, and you are attracting what you're dominantly, the frequency you're dominantly vibrating at. I know it may sound like a lot, so let me slow down and break it down. All right, so first let's talk about, we talked about everything being energy. Everything is moving. So now that we know that everything is energy and everything is moving, what does this word frequency mean? I like to picture frequency as a radio station, different radio stations. So let's say I turn on, I don't know if it's called satellite radio or Sirius, whatever it's called. You get in the car and we got plenty of stations now, right? I don't generally listen to the radio, so I may be saying the wrong thing. However, if you get in your automobile and you want to listen to music, you have a plethora, as I understand, of different stations that you can tune into. If you're in the mood for country music, you can find a station that is going to be playing country music, that is going to give you the songs that you want to hear. If you're in the mood for neo soul or R&B or gospel or rock or rap, whatever it is that you are in the mood for, whatever it is that you desire, you can get in your automobile, push the buttons on the dashboard, and find the frequency, find the station, and that which you want to be at. I'm using this as an example, but I want you to understand how this applies to the real world. Right now, since I just explained to you that you are energy in motion, your thoughts control the energy. You get to tell the energy, your atoms, the cells in your bodies, what you want it to do. Since you know that, you get to say, hey, I want to be a very successful news anchor, or I want to be a very successful business person. I am going to tune into the frequency, aka turn the radio station that plays the music that I want to hear. I'm going to tune into the frequency that will allow me to do the things. Let's go back. You cannot do without being. That will allow me to be the person and do the things that I need to do in order to have what I want to have. Be, do, have. That's another video I'll do another day. So first you must get on that frequency. If you decide that you want to be a successful business person or a successful news anchor, you must first decide who you need to be, aka what frequency do you need to be on. This is why I say alignment is more important than attraction. Because if you do not first decide what frequency you want to be on, you may be saying, you know, on this car ride, I was thinking about country music. I had a craving for hearing country music, but we've been listening to R&B this whole entire time. Well, did you make that decision? Did you get in this car and decide that you were going to listen to country music and then do what you needed to do, not the station? Because the station is doing exactly what it's doing. Did you get in the car and push the buttons and change the dial or touch the screen or however it works these days to find the station that you want it to be on? Did you do the work to get on the frequency that you want to be on? If you do not do the work to get on the frequency that you want to be on, you will be consistently attracting from where you are. If you get in that car and say, you know what, I like country music, but you get in the car and they are playing R&B and you do nothing, and you just keep driving and keep thinking to yourself, oh, country music will be great. Country music will be great. But you never push the button to change the dial, to change the station, to find the station, to get on the frequency of R&B. You're going to just be driving talking about, why I ain't attracting country music? Why I ain't attracting this? Why? And this is what happens in the real world. This is what happens in your life. So I'm putting out a lot. I hope that you're picking up what I'm putting down. What I'm saying to you is, first, before you attract, you must get on the frequency. How do you get on the frequency? This is where vibration comes along. This is where the law of vibration comes along. Everything is moving. If everything is moving and you're moving, you have to assess your life and say, well, the way that I've been moving has yielded me the results that I can see. Manifesting is nothing more than the results of your dominant vibration. When you manifest things in the flesh, the things that you can see, touch, taste, experience, these are things that you, because the law, all these laws work regardless of if you are conscious of them or not. The things that you see in your experience are things that you have manifested based on the vibration, your dominant vibration, aka the dominant frequency that you vibrate at, and what you continue to attract. So if you look around and you're like, I want different. I want different. Okay, Hyacinth, I'm picking up what you're putting down, but the law of attraction sounds so sexy to me because it tells me that I can bring in what I want. Yes, but it's number 4. You can bring in what you want after you decide what is it that you want. That's the first step. So here's the action work. First, you must decide what you want. Not what somebody else wants for you, not what your neighbor wants for you, not what the conditioning told you had to be, not what society wants for you. What do you want? And this may sound very easy, but trust me, I work with people every day, 7 days a week. And one of the things I have found is when I ask people what they want, 9 times out of 10, the person will start telling me what they want, and then they'll start telling me why they can't have it. I didn't ask you what you can't have. I asked you, what do you want? So if you're watching this video and you're saying, okay, my goal is to not only attract, but first align, let me decide what I want. And here's something I tell my mentees all the time, that metaphysics and spirituality, it's not rational. It's not science. Your life does not have to be linear. Society has tricked you into thinking that your life must be linear, but it does not need to be linear. You don't have to take this step and that step and that step for it to make sense in your rational mind. So when you think about what you want, don't think about what you don't have. Don't talk about what you don't have. What you want. Okay, boom. Now that you know what you want, the next thing is to figure out, who do I have to be? Who do I have to be to get what I want? Who do I have to be? If you want to be the top sales agent in your organization, if you want to be a news anchor, who do you have to be? To be a news anchor, do you really think that you can be out all night partying and doing all these things instead of perfecting your craft? No. Not taking care of your body, not taking care of your voice. You're going to be on the screen. You can't be out here doing all these things that are aging you very quickly. If you want to be top salesperson, who do you have to be? Who is the top salesperson in your organization now? How much money are they making? How many people do they serve? Oh, they're making 10 million a year. They serve 1,000 people a year. Oh, maybe I don't have time to watch television. I don't have time to watch television. I need to start to do some of the things that they do. That may be rising early, working out, clearing my mind, eating high vibrational foods instead of low vibrational foods. Engaging in high vibrational activities instead of low vibrational activities. After you decide what you want, then the next thing that you need to focus on is who you need to be. And when you decide who you need to be, this is where the real work comes in, because you've been so used to being who they told you to be. You've been so used to being who you thought you could be. Like, this is all I'm gonna be. This is my life. This is what I was born in. This is my story. This is generations. We've been doing this for generations. This all I'm gonna ever be. You have to break free of that. And so that's gonna be the challenging work. And so as you start to say, okay, I know what I want. I know who I want to be. Hold that vibration. Hold it. Because guess what? The person who is making $10 million a year has different behaviors, have different friends, have different routines, have different activities than the person who's making $40,000 a year. It is so. We don't have to debate this. So when you think about that, you think about the activities and the behaviors that that person is doing, the person who you want to be. What are they doing? And when I say hold that vibration, this is where we go back to alignment. What do you need to do to stay on that frequency? What do you need to do? Because you can say anything that you want to say out of your mouth. You can read all the books you want to read. You can study, you can have all the conversations, but your manifested reality, the experience that everybody can see, tells us what your dominant vibration is. It tells us what the frequency that you dominantly vibrate at. So let's talk about vibration a little bit, because I feel like I talked about energy, I talked about frequency, and now let's talk about vibration. Since everything moves and nothing rests, you have to ask yourself, how do you move to a place to where you are on the frequency, aka on the station, to where they're playing your song? How do you vibrate so much so that you get on the level where the DJ is playing those hits back after back after back after back? You done sweated out your perm because you on the dance floor. Your armpits got sweat because you are jamming. You are having the time of your life. How do you get there? Translation. How do you get to the point that you are consecutively experiencing wins, manifestation after manifestation after manifestation after manifestation? You got to be in the right room. You got to be attuned to the right frequency. What attunes you to the right frequency? Your vibration. How do you manage your vibration? Well, there are things that are high vibrational and there are things that are low vibrational. So when you hear something, when you hear people talk about food, when you hear people suggest that you eat more fruits and vegetables, when they say that these are high vibrational foods, it's because they are lighter foods. And lighter foods don't weigh you down. So go back, everything is moving. Although you don't feel like all your atoms are swirling around and all this energy is moving, it is happening. Pay attention to how you feel after you eat certain meals. Let me give you an example. Start your day for 7 days. For the next 7 days, I want you to start your day by eating fresh fruit. Today is Tuesday. I'm going to release this today on a Tuesday. So let's say this is what I want you to do. I want you for the rest of this week, from after you watch this video, for the rest of the week, continue eating your normal SAD breakfast. When I say SAD, I mean standard American diet. Continue eating that SAD breakfast. Bacon, eggs, sausage, pancakes, coffee, waffles, just continue eating that. Then on Sunday, make the commitment to go to the store, get all your fruits and things like that. The next week, I want you to break fast, have breakfast of fruits. Start with regular lemon water. Let's not do the warm for this conversation. Start with your regular room temperature lemon water, 16 to 32 ounces. Then move into having lots of fruit for breakfast. Just fruit. Have your water fruits, your papayas, your melons, your berries. Have fresh fruit. Put it in a smoothie. Make fruit juice. Just have that, and don't eat any solid foods till maybe 11 or 12 o'clock. And then when you eat solid foods at 11 or 12 o'clock, make it something lighter. Make it a salad or some vegetables. Make it something like that. And see how you feel. Write it down. I guarantee you, I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. You will notice the difference in how you feel during the week in which you intentionally started your day with more fruits. And then midday, you continued that momentum with vegetables, with herbs. If you want to add some protein in there, add some protein as well. Why am I sharing that during a conversation about energy, frequency, and vibration? Because a lot of times we don't realize the effects that food has on our body. Back when I was growing up, back in my days, we called it the itis. Like, oh, that food was so good, it put me right to sleep. Yes, it did, but that's not something that we want to happen. We don't want food to be so good that now it puts us in a coma. Like, we sleep. We can't do nothing. I gotta go lay down. I gotta unbutton my pants and lay down. Because when you're eating low vibrational foods, you are slowing down. And when you are slowing down and dropping in your frequency and your alignment, you are not on the frequency of all the things you want to have. So before we can even talk about attraction, we got to talk about frequency. We have to talk about vibration. And that's just one of the ways that you can pay attention and start to realize, oh, wow, I really am energy. The same thing with music. This is my second one I'm going to give you, and then we're going to move on. Music. I grew up in the county of Dade, Miami-Dade 305 stand up. Love me some good rap music. I can't listen to rap music anymore. Low vibrational. The frequency be having me thinking I'm selling drugs, killing people and everything. Now I'm showing up to the office angry. I'm on 10. I'm ready to get, who won't test I in my belly voice, right? Don't work that way, baby girl. That's not how you continue to vibrate higher so that you can continue to attract and then manifest all of your desires. So now, no rap music. My 12-year-old, baby, you can't listen to rap music in this house. I don't know where you're gonna listen to it at, but not here. No rap music. What type of music do I listen to? Neo soul. I was taking my grandmother somewhere the other day and she said, "You in love?" And I said, "How I'm in love with no man?" Although I'm in love with life. I said, "How I'm in love with no man?" She's like, "You listen to all this, all these love songs and da 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 da." Keep the vibration high. Keep the vibration high. We'll talk about the frequency of love in another video, especially because Valentine's Day is coming up, which is my second favorite holiday. All right, so we talked about energy, we talked about frequency, we talked about vibration, we talked about why alignment precedes attraction. If you skip these steps and continue to focus on attraction, you will continue to attract more of what you have in your life currently. And I know one thing for certain, everybody under the sound of my voice can stand to raise their vibration. One more thing before we go, your thoughts become things. Your thoughts absolutely your thoughts absolutely influence your life, the life that you see. So what you think about, you bring about. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. So ask yourself, what am I thinking? What type of conversations am I having? What am I watching? Am I watching the news and then thinking about all the atrocities and casualties going on in the world and wondering why I'm still poor? Like, am I watching this and wondering why I've had these things on my vision board for the last 5 years and I have not brought them forth into my now reality? Turn the news off. All my clients would say, you don't need the news. Why do you need to know the news? You don't need to know what's going on in their reality because you're intently focused on your reality. So think about your thoughts and what thoughts are you having? Because I guarantee you can do all the visualization, you can do all the hard work. And let me remind you that nobody ever gets rich and wealthy by working hard. Just ask the people who do a lot of hard labor. They work a lot of overtime. They work consistently and consecutively day in and day out, and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Nobody gets rich by doing hard. Nobody gets rich by doing hard work. You don't build wealth by doing hard work. Do not let people trick you into thinking that you must work hard, because you don't. You don't have to work hard. You must work intentionally. Intentionally. Let me say that again. You must work intentionally. You must mind the frequency that you are vibrating at. You must mind your energy. And then people will start to say, everything you touch turns to gold. How did you do that? Ooh, that's like magic. It's because you understand energy, frequency, and vibration. So before we get to attraction, I want you to mind your vibration. What frequency are you vibrating at? And it's going to take work. That's another thing. When I was laying in the bed and telling myself, hey, this is what I needed y'all to do, it wasn't, hey, y'all get it together, and immediately the manifested reality happened. 20 minutes later, I was up and at 'em. It was about 24 hours later, which is still better than average because most people are down 3 to 5 days, 7 days, depending on what you got. So it was still quicker than average, but I needed to understand that just because I say it doesn't mean I get to see it immediately. When I say it, I will see it. When you say it, when you hold the vibration, you will see it, but don't get discouraged. All the energy, the cells, everything, all the energy in the universe, in the world, it's moving. It gotta take time. It gotta move over here, bust a U-turn over there, do these things like that, but it won't take a long time. So something that may have taken 12 months, for you, it could take 90 days. If you're holding that vibration, if you're primarily dominating on the frequency. So I don't want to mislead anyone into believing that, okay, because I'm on this frequency, it needs to happen immediately. It can, as you get better and better at your craft, it can absolutely happen that way. But I want you to rest with the knowing that as soon as I speak it, it is so. As soon as I get on this frequency and hold this frequency and hold this vibration, it is so. And because I'm so intently focused on holding this vibration at this frequency, I am canceling out anything and everyone else that is not on this frequency. Let's go back to the music reference. I am on the dance floor. DJ is playing all them hits back to back to back. I am sweating. I am singing. I done kicked off my shoes. Could you imagine somebody come up and stop me and say, your phone's ringing. Do you want me to get this? Or better yet, what happens when you in the groove? I know we've all been there. And the DJ has you grooving and then he plays the wrong song and everybody clears the dance floor. Like, bruh, what are you doing? We were all here vibing. Why you did this? Now I gotta go sit down, catch my breath. Now I'm in my phone. I'm not thinking about dancing no more. Now I'm texting. Now I'm on Snapchat. I'm on social media. I'm doing it. Stay on the dance floor. Do what it takes to stay on the dance floor. Do not get distracted. AKA, what I'm really saying is hold the vibration. All right, I feel like this video is getting a tad too long. And although I am long-winded, I never want to be here too long. I am here for a good time, not a long time. Until next time, peace.